With Roblox Grow a Garden smashing Roblox records, I thought that it would be a grand idea to do a top 10 tips for Roblox Grow a Garden. Now I think everybody has their own way of playing the game, and everybody knows their tasks that are planned out to do. But today I am hopefully just going to help everybody to give you guys just a little bit more tips to try and make that extra little bit of money. Which takes us on to number 1, and potentially probably the biggest tip that I will be telling you guys to be using today. And that is to use Tiny Task. Tiny Task is this little thing here. And what Tiny Task can do is it can record all mouse movements. So say for example, I wanted to go to this seed shop right here, and I wanted to make sure that I was here AFK trying to get some seeds. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize my screen so that I can use Tiny Task right here. I think if I put it here and then try and click on it, it goes behind it. So what you have to do is you have to use it minimized. Now of course also this is only for PC players. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open the seed shop and then scroll all the way down to the bottom. Now what Tiny Task does is it can tell you where the recording hotkey is Control Shift Alt and R. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click Tiny Task and I'm going to click Control Shift Alt R, and now you can see that it is recording. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the beanstalk and I'm going to click that a few times, go to the cacao pod, click that a few times, pepper a few times, mushroom a few times, grapes a few times, mangoes a few times, dragon fruit a few times, and then I think we're then moving on to the cactus, which I'm not that interested on. So then what I need to do is I need to click this thing and I need to pull that all the way back down, then re-click the Control Shift Alt and R, and then what I need to do is I need to check back what my playback hotkey is, which is F8. So now what I do is I go on to Tiny Task one more time and I now click F8, and it is now recording everything that I just did. My hand is completely off the mouse. Now the good thing about this is that you can be AFK for such a long time, meaning that your fruit is going to become mutated. Also, don't do what I just did. I forgot to click the continuous playback. You need to make sure you click that so that then it's going to continue playing, because it did it once and then it stops. But what you've also got to be careful as well about being AFK is that you're more than likely going to want to be in a private server. If you're AFK and you've got some pretty good fruits on the go, you're more than likely going to get your stuff stolen. I'd love to know the amount of fruits that's been stolen from my garden. Not that I have the best stuff, but yeah. But all you need to do is write into Google Tiny Task, and it's pretty much the top one here. You click onto Tiny Task and you're going to download version 1.77. It is literally as simple as that, and you're just going to get every seed under the sun. I've not had to pay for any seed. And look at my garden. I mean, I feel like I've only been playing this for a couple of days, well maybe a little bit longer than that, but more like a week. But all of these fruits that you can see, they haven't been bought. These are all from using Tiny Task, and it is so OP. Okay, so now we're moving on to tip number 2, and that is to always buy the gear shop items. And the best thing to be getting there is of course using the wrench. The wrench is a pretty useful tool. So recall wrench, click it, and we're right there. So now we're at the gear, and whatever's going to be in the shop, we're going to buy absolutely everything. I mean, if you're a new starter and you've probably not really got much, yeah, you're probably not going to do it. But you want to try and get all of the sprinklers, and I've actually got pretty lucky here because we've got the advanced sprinkler as well as the basic sprinkler, and you're going to want to buy every single sprinkler that you can. If the lightning rod is also in stock, make sure to be buying that too. I don't bother with these two things. I find them pretty pointless, to be honest. I mean, this thing is good if you're playing in public servers like what I'm doing right here, so maybe I should probably buy this thing. It doesn't really make much difference to my money anyway. And the harvest tool as well harvests all fruits from a chosen plant. Do you know what, I'm just gonna buy it anyway, but I still find these pretty pointless, to be honest. But just make sure that you buy absolutely everything, especially the sprinklers. The sprinklers are going to be your main way of actually leveling up through this game and getting more money. I also buy all the cosmetics every single time, just because every time I've opened up this thing so far, it's always been different stuff. So I buy absolutely everything. Now you've got to be careful because I believe that there is a limit on how much you can buy. So if I open the cosmetics things, the only amount of items that you can hold is 250, and the max amount that you can place on your farm is also also 60. So you've got to be careful. So if we go to our garden right here, we've got the mean gardener thing, and we got all of this, and each one of these, that's one each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of those things, which is taking up almost a sixth of what we can place down. Now I've got a pretty cool looking bench, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that, I'm going to bring that back to my inventory, and now I can open up my bench, which, oh, I was not going to put it right there. Let's bring that back up. I think what I want to do is I want to put my bench more or less here. This thing is absolutely ugly as well, so I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to put my bench back down right there, and I want to rotate it as well. There we go. Lovely. Look at that. What a beautiful sight. So yeah, always make sure you buy stuff in the gear shop. It's very worth it. Okay, so tip number 3. Don't harvest your fruits too early. Lots of you can be tempted just to go, I'm going to buy everything. Don't do it. It's pointless. This stuff right here, it's really not worth much. So what you need to do is you need to wait for weathers. You need to wait to try and mutate your fruit. The more mutated that your fruit are, the more chance that you have of becoming a little bit more richer. If I was to go and start harvesting all this fruit right now, I would probably be wasting a lot of money. You have to grow your fruits to a massive amount. Get them as big as you can. And then the main aim is to try and get them mutated. I've also just realized that I haven't expanded my garden on this side, so let's do that, shall we? What a noob. There we go. Wow, look at all the space we have now. I've just realized that also you can do it on the back side too. Oh, I only realized that it was only on one side, so that's a little bit of a noob moment for me. My bad. But just try and get your fruits to mutate. Do not, like, doing this, that's worth nothing. So try and get all of these fruits to become frozen, to become celestial, disco, you name it. Having a sting it like this, yeah, it's not going to work. Moving on to tip number 4, and that is to do not decorate on your plots. Now this game is all about making money and trying to level up as fast as you can. And I've seen some people go onto their plots and just build like houses and stuff. Like, why? I just don't get it when you could be planting like your better seeds and stuff. It just makes no sense to me. So do not make anything on these plots. These plots are valuable. If you want to do something, then do it here like this. This is horrible. I don't even know why I have this here. Get out of here. This is disgusting. These bricks too, rubbish. Sorry, I'm going around and I'm seeing everything now. I'm thinking how awful everything is. But yeah, I've pretty much done absolutely everything through this bit here. I've given myself like a little bridgeway. I've got myself a little fountain in the middle, some walls. I've even got like a little sitting bit with a TV. Now the only thing that I do have is this right here. I did have one thing here as well and I got rid of it, and this bit right here. So I've kind of gone against what I've said not to do, but it is what it is. I don't make a full-on house in the middle. Like, there's no point in making a full-on house. Ooh, that looks good. I'm gonna take that. It's probably worth peanuts, but I realize that I'm in a public server, so I've done pretty much everything against what I should say. And what we're going to do is we're going to go check this pretty quickly. And no. But don't forget, always go to the gear shop as well. The gear shop is also as useful. Open, thank you very much. And open up, show me what there is. Basic sprinkler, make sure you buy that. Buy the watering can, buy the trowel, and buy the recall wrench. So yes, just don't harvest your fruits too early. Give them time to become mutated. Number 6, do not use this thing. This thing is absolutely pointless. 375 Robux to grow absolutely everything. That just don't do it. It is absolute waste of money. Just take your time. Don't rush things. Just let things grow. When you leave the game and come back the next day, as we all know, it grows offline anyway. So using this grow all, it is completely pointless. Do not do it. Moving on to number 6, and that is that there is a sprinkler glitch out there, which I'm pretty sure that you guys are probably aware by now. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get almost every single sprinkler that you can. It looks like someone's just spawned in. What is that? Wait, what is this? This is gross. Sorry, I'm getting super sidetracked right here. So yes, every sprinkler. Now what you want to try and do, right now I'm going to show you guys this. What you want to do is you want to try and find something that you want to grow. Now I'm going to go to my my melons over here. Yeah, so let's try and get in the middle here. I don't even know why I've got these tomatoes still, because they're absolutely pointless. And the apple tree. Do you know what? I'm going to get rid of it. Apple trees and tomatoes, they annoy me. Don't even know why. Strawberries, you can go to. And yeah, there we go. So let's get rid of that again. Now, what you want to do is, if you go to... I clicked the wrong one. So if you go and get your sprinklers as much as you can. So basic sprinkler, place, and let's do another one. We're also going to do godly sprinkler and place. Now what you want to do is you want to leave the game, because these last for 5 minutes. Now if you leave the game, they last for a lot longer. This is a glitch that is going on, which is more than likely going to be patched at some point. So once you have placed these, you need to leave the game. Now I'm just doing this just to show you guys, so these are probably going to be a waste, but it is what it is. But the more sprinklers that you have, the better. It makes your fruit grow to massive amounts. They make them huge. I've seen some people's fruit grow from these into like crazy sizes. So really make sure to take advantage of this glitch, because it's pretty OP. But like I said, make sure to place every single sprinkler that you can, and then leave the game. And just leave the game for a good day. Just leave it for a day. And then when you come back, hopefully your fruits are going to be huge. Moving on to number 7, and again, this is against everything that I've done. And that is to make sure to be using a private server if you are having like a really expensive garden. Like, some of my stuff is pretty good, but some of it is not. So mine's not massive. Like, if you had like the candy cane things, like, yeah, you're gonna want to have a private server. Now unfortunately I don't have one of those candy things, so luckily I've just got beanstalks, and beanstalks and probably the melons is probably my most valuable thing. Private servers for Roblox Grow a Garden are completely free, so make sure to be taking advantage of that. Again, if you have a garden that is so expensive, you have plants that you don't want people to be taking, or you have a plant or a fruit that is humongous and you want it to mutate as much as you can, do not go into a private server, because people will be able to steal that fruit. Make sure to use a private server. I think I just said do not go into a private server. I meant to say do not go into a public server. Make sure to be using a private server. Moving on to number 8, and that is to buy tons of eggs. Whenever you have eggs, you want to be buying them, because you could get some pretty good stuff from it. So if we click our recall wrench and we go over to the pet eggs, and we want to buy everything. That's not the one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to buy an egg. I don't want that rubbish. Go away. Never mind. Thank you. Bye. You want to be buying all the eggs that you possibly can, so that then hopefully you will be able to level them up, maybe just slightly. And then you want to go back to this guy, and then you're going to want to sell all your pets. I want to sell my pet. I'm not even holding one out. I knew it. So let's say, for example, I have a hedgehog here that is age 15, 3.92, and I wanted to go and sell this guy. I want to sell my pet. How much are you going to give me for my big hedgehog? There we go. So I've made maybe 3 times, because I think that the hedgehog, oh, where is the hedgehog? Wherever it is anyway, I've made money for it. So make sure to be buying your eggs, put them down, and then go and sell them to this guy right here. Now moving on to number 9, and that is to stay in game to get all weathers. I can't stress this enough that you really do not want to be harvesting your fruit, so you want to be keeping them for as long as possible. Now the best thing to be doing is to be downloading that tiny task. Go to the seed shop, make sure to do what I did, and that keeps you in a game. Now that is what is going to get you from being an absolute noob to one of the richest players as quick as possible. You can get all sorts of mutations. You can get Moonlight, you can get Bloodlit, you can get Frozen, Zombified, Shocked, and Celestial. So there's going to be all sorts that you can be doing to be staying in a game, to try and mutate your plants as much as possible. The more mutations that you have on your plants and your fruit, the more money you are going to get. Do not be urged to pick your fruit as soon as you see them growing. Stay in game. Make sure that you get through the weathers, because there's one guy up there. You see that? The coconut? That is discoed right now. The more that these are mutated, the more money that you are going to make. And you can do that all in a private server using tiny tasks, collecting the seeds from this guy, and mutating your fruits. That is how you are going to go from a noob to a billionaire. And moving on to the final tip of this video, well, we're going to check the seeds because it could be some pretty good stuff. You absolutely never know. A grape seed. I will absolutely take that. Thank you so much. I really like the grapes. I think they look really, really good, actually. Recall wrench. Let's go and see what we got over here. All right, we're going to buy the watering can. We're going to get the trowel, and we're going to get the recall wrench, and probably there's going to be no sprinklers because I think it's been pretty kind. Oh, there are some advanced sprinklers. How lovely is that? Now, my last and final tip of this video is to wait for the night events. This thing right in the middle. Next event, 14 minutes and 15 seconds. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for this because sometimes at a night event, the night event can become blood lit. And that opens up a thing right here that you can go and get some seeds as well for, but it also gives you a chance to mutate your fruits to also blood lit. So what we're going to do is we are going to wait for 13 minutes and 53 seconds and just simply wait for this event to happen. Okay, so we have 46 seconds left until the night event, so hopefully this isn't going to be a flop. I mean, I just want to see the night event anyway and just show you guys that it could become blood lit, so that's the main thing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. The night has now happened. This has now come up, and this is like the most OP thing as well. So you want to buy pretty much everything that comes out of here. Twilight Crate, I don't even know what that does, to be honest with you, but we've got a couple of those, and we've got a moon mango seed. That seems pretty good if you ask me. That is solid. Oh, I'm well happy with that. I think that's going to be a pretty good one. Wow. So like I said, you're most definitely going to want to try and hang around for like the night events for as much as you can because these things can be pretty OP. So now let's go and plant this beautiful thing. Right, well, first of all, let's get this night egg down, and hopefully this is going to do our thing. And again, another tip, if you have a kiwi, this thing right here, it's going to help. Ooh, it mutated to a moonlit. How lovely. I think it was this one right here. Here it is. How lovely. But yeah, now let's get down that seed. Where is it? There we go. The moon mango seed. This is a new one for me. I think I actually haven't even got one yet. Now, what you're going to want to do as well is let's get the watering can out. Here we go. Watering can, and just absolutely plaster that thing. Get it as drenched as you can. There we go. It's starting to grow already. How lovely. Now what we're going to do is we are going to get down the advanced sprinkler. We're also going to get down there's got to be another one in here, right? A basic sprinkler. Let's get that down. And let's also get down, I think that is all the sprinklers that we have. That is absolutely perfect. Now let's just do our little recall wrench thing and just go and check that very, very quickly. Thank you very much. Show me the gear shop. Right, what have we got in here? Any sprinklers? No, absolutely nothing. But we're going to buy all of these. There we go. The blood kiwi made the egg 45 seconds. Now, these guys wanted to say hello, and I said to them, just give me a second, and then I'll call you over. So these guys, Dan here and Devious, these guys wanted to say hello to the video. So say a massive hello to these guys. Sub to and hit the bell. That is what I absolutely like to hear. So big shout out to these guys in game. These guys are absolutely great people. Hopefully my top 10 tips helped you guys out as much as possible as well, because yeah, I feel like you want to try and become as rich as possible. We actually have rain going on right now as well as moonlit, so that is absolutely awesome. Anyway, hopefully this video did help you guys out. If you could be using star code Antixx when you are buying Robux or Premium, that would be much appreciated. And until the next one, guys, a peace.